recorded live in room 116. This is the nine. This is the Nine Show. The Nine Show.
Hello, I'm Marcus Lau. Welcome back to the Nine Show. I'm here with Dr. Luft. Thank you for coming. Today we'll be discussing the capital project and the budget.
Thank you for having me, Marcus. I'm looking forward to it.
So how is the capital project different from the annual budget?
Sure. So there'll be several different propositions on the ballot on May 20th. One of them is a revised capital project. As you may be aware, the district held a vote for the capital project in January. Unfortunately, it was defeated by 42 votes. So we've made some changes. We've really gone out of our way to seek a ton of input from community members. We had a meeting with well over 100 community members present. And that was really an opportunity to reprioritize what was in that project. And we're hopeful that it will receive the approval it needs from the community this time around. And the other piece of it is obviously our annual school budget. So that's just giving the district approval to levy the taxes we need to sustain our programs and staffing. And so you get to enjoy things like the night show.
What are the main goals of this year's school budget, and how does it affect students like us?
So our goal is always to maintain our instructional program. We want to continue to offer you elective classes like this. We want to continue to offer you extracurricular activities, whether in the arts or athletics. And really the budget goes into supporting all of those things that make it possible, not just the academic, but the social, emotional, health, safety, and extracurricular, all those activities that you get to enjoy every day. All this fancy equipment, fantastic teachers like the ones you have, are all supported by that annual budget.
How do you decide what gets funded and what doesn't get funded when you're putting the budget together?
So our budget development process really begins in September of the beginning of the school year. We begin to meet with building principals, with department chairs. They really set their priorities regarding what they need to sustain their buildings and their programs. And then district office personnel, like our school business official and myself, go through that and start adding up all those numbers and deciding whether or not we can support everything that the buildings and departments need, or whether we need to go back and revisit some of those tasks. So it's really a collaborative effort. The entire administrative team comes together and we make decisions that we think are in the best interest of students.
How does the district ensure transparency and community involvement in the budgeting process?
So transparency is a huge piece for us. We really go out of our way to make sure that accurate and timely information is out in the community. We've found for the past several years, much of the information that is spread around social media is inaccurate. So we spend a lot of our time trying to dispel misinformation and making sure accurate and factual information is out there. We do that in a wide range of ways. We send mailers out to the entire community, so not just parents of students, but every resident of the Putnam Valley School District, to make sure that they're aware that the budget's coming up, what are some of the aspects of the budget. So we actually did 3 separate mailers. We have signs up around town, more signs are coming, and we hold many sort of Q&A information sessions. We offer some in partnership with the PTA, the Education Foundation, as well as our public board meetings and other opportunities we have to share that information, not just with our community, but with our staff and in case of students.
What percentage of the budget goes directly to classroom instruction, and has that changed over time?
So an overwhelming majority of our budget supports our instructional program. So our instructional program, which includes our teachers, their salaries and benefits, encompasses anywhere from 70 to 75% of our overall budget. So a vast majority of the taxes that are levied and a vast majority of the money that is spent goes directly to supporting our instructional program, our staff, and our students.
Where can students and families get more information about the budget and the capital project?
So everything we present is available on our website, so pvcsd.org. There's a budget subpage there. In there is all of our board meetings, all of the presentations. There's videos of the board meetings, as well as any information that we have sent out to the community. We have our entire proposed budget is available, so if anyone wants to go line by line and see where every penny of the money goes, can do so. We also have sort of quick and simple videos that are available both on social media and on that webpage, helping further explain what it is that we want the town to be aware of, what they'll be voting on. There's actually 3 separate propositions that'll be on this year's ballot. One we discussed was the capital project, so that's the revised capital project. We removed approximately a little over $1 million of work from that project, so that'll be back up. Obviously our annual budget we spoke a little bit about. There'll also be a library proposition. So while the public library in town has no real affiliation with the school district, they're able to sort of use our same ballot in order to receive or seek funding for the library. So the library is seeking, I believe it's $23,000 more in funding from the community members, and community members can vote on that proposition through that same ballot. So those are the three propositions, as well as Board of Education elections. We have two trustee spots open. We actually have two incumbents that are running, so they're running uncontested. So absent a write-in ballot campaign, we expect to have our two incumbents return to the board. So there's a lot going on, and really what we want most is to make sure that our community is informed, they're engaged, and they have the information they need to make an educated decision.
So I heard that you grew up in Putnam Valley. Is that true?
That is true. So I grew up in Putnam Valley. My mother still lives in Putnam Valley, so I attended Putnam Valley Elementary School. Putnam Valley at the time was junior high school. Mm-hmm. I was unfortunately not able to attend the high school, so I'm too old. The high school wasn't yet built. So in 10th grade, we were sort of shipped off to the Lakeland School District, where I attended Panis High School. I'm actually one of four boys in my family. My poor mother had four sons. My youngest brother actually graduated from Putnam Valley High School. He was like the second or third graduating class from Putnam Valley High School. So of the four of us, only the youngest got an opportunity to attend this beautiful school.
Can you tell us what happens if the budget doesn't get passed?
Sure. So the budget's going out May 20th. The polls will be open in elementary school from 6 a.m. to 9 p.m. And if that budget is actually not successful, the board will have a decision whether or not to put the budget back up for a second vote or to go to what's known as contingency budget. So a contingency budget would revert back to this year's tax levy, which would be a little bit over $1.2 million in cuts. So as I mentioned before, 70% of our budget goes to funding, staffing, and programs. If we have to cut over $1 million from our budget, it would be nearly impossible to do that without impacting staffing and programs, since that captures such a vast majority of our overall budget. So we're hopeful not to get there. I think the one thing that we're really hoping for is a great voter turnout. For our project in January, I think it was 18% of our parents came out and voted, which means 82% of our parents did not vote. And we only went down by 42 votes. So it wouldn't have taken much more of an effort for our parents of students currently in Putnam Valley schools to come out and support it in order for that to have passed the last time around. So at the end of the day, we're trying to do what's best for our community, what's best for our students, and we always try to seek a balance between our instructional program and the financial burden that places on our taxpayers.
Why should people vote, even if they don't have kids in school? And is there anything else you want the community to know that we didn't cover here?
I think why people should vote is because the quality of your school districts is directly related to your home values. If you have a home in a town with failing schools, you're guaranteed to see a declining home value. If you're in a town with schools that are flourishing, like Putnam Valley is, you see escalation of home values. So I know that many residents in Putnam Valley have enjoyed their home prices continue to rise over the last several years, and I think a big piece of that is the quality of our schools and what we're able to produce. We're very young families are very attracted to our community. They're looking for homes to rent or buy in our community. And it speaks to there's very few homes even available for that reason, because when they're available, a young family often comes in and buys them up right away. So that's a big piece. Obviously, it directly impacts your home value and it impacts your taxes. Taxes are significant in not only in Putnam Valley, but in anywhere in New York State, especially in our region. We live in a very expensive region. People spend a lot of money in order to have quality schools like we have. And I think if people are going to be writing that check, they should understand what it is we're seeking money for, why it is, how that money is being invested, and what the outcome of that is. So all of that information is information we've been trying to get out to our community. And as I mentioned before, very small percentage of our community comes out and votes. But it's such a substantial impact on every resident of Putnam Valley, both in their home value and their taxes. So we really hope a more informed citizenry is going to come out and cast a ballot. And I truly believe that ultimately the district will get the support it needs to continue to produce the fantastic students and support them through the terrific programs we have here.
Well, thank you very much for coming.
Thank you for having me. I enjoyed it.
I'm Marcus Lau from The Ninth Show. Be sure to vote at the elementary school on May 20th if you can. Thank you for watching.
Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. Putnam Valley. This is The Nine Show. Hey, this is the Nine.